All right, for this assignment, we're going to do the 12 months of no interest. So for this assignment, you probably think it's really great when places offer you a loan with no interest. But basically what that means is the minute you default on your loan, which means that you have a late payment or you haven't paid it off on time, that loan, all the interest that you would have paid on that loan is going to be slammed on you all at once. And usually after that, there's a bunch of fees and a lot of debt that comes with that. So you're probably wondering, why do companies do this? Why do they offer no interest? Well, one, the biggest thing to make a note of is that there's been a lot of research, and over 80% of people default on their loan at one point or another, so they end up paying that interest. The second thing is they have a higher interest rate, so that when you do default on your loan, if you do, then you end up paying a lot more money than you would if you just got a traditional loan. The other reason that they do that, and another way that some places, and not every place, but some places will try to scam you, is they will give you a minimum monthly payment for the loan. And the problem is, with that minimum monthly payment, you actually won't pay the loan off on time. And a lot of people are not careful enough to do the math, to calculate how much they do actually need to pay every month to pay the loan off on time. So if you ever, first of all, I would advise you not to get one of these loans. Second, I would say, if you ever get one of these loans, if you're in a bind, you don't have a refrigerator, you really need one, you go to the refrigerator store, you get one of these loans, you can always call me and ask me for advice, whatever. But say you get a loan, first thing you're going to do, take the amount of the loan, divide it by how many months it is, in this case 12, and that's the actual amount that you're going to have to pay each month. That's the actual minimum monthly payment to pay it off on time. You want to make sure that you don't just rely on the payment amount that they give you. You want to make sure that you are smarter than them, to show them that you can't be screwed over. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Melton bought, and you know what? I am actually going to go down. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go down and I'm going to do this second one. And you will see why when I get there. But I'm going to do this second one. Melton bought a laptop from PC Laptops and financed it through GE Capital Retail Bank. There is a 29.99% annual interest. So that's pretty important, okay? Annual interest. Where he got the laptop, what he got, not really that important. You plan to pay $200 each month. The computer costs $2,130. Dang, okay? This homie got like the top of the line computer. It's crazy. On the 6th month, the payment was late. So that means you have defaulted. So on the 6th month, you have defaulted. That means on the 6th month, you have to pay all that interest that had been calculated up and accumulating, adding together. Okay, interest is now added to the total. So let's get started. Payment number. First of all, before we get started, I want to take a look at that annual interest, which is 29.99%. I notice that I'm paying every month. So I'm going to take that 29.99% and I'm going to divide that by 12 to get the monthly interest, which is actually going to be 2.499. Now you could round that to 2.5 if you want, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to round that to 2.5. And you're probably thinking, wow, 2.5% is not that much. Well, 30% a year is actually a really high interest rate. It just seems small when you break it down. So 2.5%. Now we know that anytime we calculate a percent, we want the decimal form of the percent. So that's going to be 0.025. So I'm going to use 0.025 as my interest rate. So first row, first payment, the balance was $2,130. The payment amount, $200. The new total, $2,130 minus $200 is $1,930. And you don't have to put the dollar signs. We know we're dealing with dollars as long as you remember to round to 2 decimal places. The delayed calculated interest, what this means is I'm going to take that $1,930 and I'm going to multiply this by that decimal form of the percent, 0.25. And that's going to give me $48.25. That means if you were paying traditionally for this loan, you would pay $48.25 that first month just in interest. Interest is the amount that you pay the bank for the loan. No one just gives you free money. There's no such thing. You have to pay for the loan. So the total accrued interest right now, this is the first month, so the total accrued interest is just $48.25, and the current balance is $1,930. Now we go to the second month, and I'm going to alternate colors, so hopefully that helps you see the table a little bit better. The second month, the balance was $1,930. The payment amount is still $200. You're still planning on $200. So $1,930 minus $200 is going to be $1,730. Delayed calculated interest, I'm going to take $1,730, times it by the decimal form of my percent, 0.025, and that's going to give me $43.25, which means you would have to pay that normally, but guess what? It is a 12-month no interest loan, which means you don't have to pay it until you're late on your loan or don't pay it off on time. So the total accrued interest, all this means is how much interest has been added up. So I just take those 2 months and I add them together. 48.25, and that says $91.50 of interest. That means so far after 2 months, there's been $91.50 of interest that you didn't have to pay because it's a no interest loan. The current balance is still $1,730. Okay, now to week 3, same thing, $1,730. You're going to pay $200. That gives $1,530. I take $1,530. I times it by the decimal form of the percent. That gives me $38.25. Total accrued interest. You can add all 3 of these together, or you can simply take the previous accrued interest and add $38.25. Either way, it doesn't matter. And that's going to give me $129.75. So right now you're probably thinking, dang, this no interest loan is looking pretty good. I've already saved $130. Yeah, it looks good until you forget to pay on time or until you forget to pay it off. All right, so now let's go to row 4. Row 4, $1,530. $200 off, that's $1,330. Now I'm going to find the interest, 1,330 times 0.025, 33.25 cents. Remember, if this is too fast for you, pause it, write it down, rewind, whatever you need. All right, total accrued interest. Once again, for this, you can add all 4 of those up and put it here, or you can take the previous accrued interest and just add the new month. So I'm just going to do that, previous interest, and add the new month. And that's going to give me $163.00. And then the current balance is still $1,330. All right, I know this seems tedious, but keep going. $1,330, I paid $200. My new total is $1,130. Delayed interest, $1,130 times 0.025, $28.25. Add $28.25 to $163, $191.25, 1130. Now it says on the 6th month the payment was late. If it's late, that means you have now defaulted on your loan. That means all this interest that you weren't paying every single month is now going to be slammed on you all at once. Okay, so first I'm gonna say, okay, well, it was $1,130, that's what I was at. I paid $200. My new total is $930. What's my delayed calculated interest? $930 times 0.025, hello, 23.25. Add that to my former total accrued interest, which is $214.50. That means now you have defaulted. So this was late. Because it was late, that means that this total accrued interest is now going to be added to your new total. So 930 was your new total, but because your payment was late, now you're going to get slammed with that $214.50. Now you're back up to owing $1,144.50. You see that? So now you're owing a lot more. All that interest was hit at you all at once. So now on row 7, you're $1,044.50. Okay? Now say you continue just paying $200 a month, but say you're not late anymore. You're not late. You're going to continue going, okay? So the thing about this is now once you've already defaulted on your loan, now you have to pay the interest every month regular. So $944.50. Your delayed interest, well, now it's not delayed. Now you actually have to pay it every single month, or it's being added every single month. And that's going to be 20, sorry, I didn't change colors. I just realized 0.61. So now you're going to have a new, okay, so 2361, you're going to add it to the 214 because we want to see how much interest you end up paying in the long run. $238.11. So $944.50 plus the interest for that month. So now we're paying interest every single month. So now, because I defaulted, I've got to add that every single month. So $968.11. So even though you made a payment of $200, you got hit with interest again. Every month you're going to add that interest now. By the end of this value here, by the very end, is how much interest you paid total. Now, just for the sake of this project, or for this activity, we're going to assume that the bank was nice and didn't give you any fees, didn't add any extra payment things or fees or whatever, and you're just going to continue paying it off over 12 months. Now, here's the problem. Usually, if you haven't paid it off by the 12-month period, which this loan is 12 months, then you're going to get slammed with a fee or with more interest. So for this assignment, we're just going to continue on until you pay it off. Don't worry about that for now. Don't worry about paying it off in the 12 months. Just continue on till you have $0 left in your balance. At the end, what is the total interest? That is your number here at the very end. So your total interest is just how much interest you paid total by the end of the loan. So for this one up here, we didn't default on the loan, and we wanted to see how much we got, how much we paid, how long it took to pay this loan off. And if I remember correctly, this $200 a month will pay the loan off in 12 months' time. But that's not always the case. So we want to make sure that we're safe and we're taking care of ourselves. If you have any questions on this assignment, here's a couple more on the back side. Go ahead and send me a message and we will get it figured out. But hopefully you guys are doing great. Be really wary about these no interest loans, you guys. Be really careful about them. Have a great day.